How's it going, everybody? Yeah.
It's Al. His name is Al.
I feel like Chris set me up. This first one's called Dear Jackie. It's a letter to Jack Kerouac. Boys and girls in America, yeah, you wish it was true. That we really were all that sadness waiting to happen. All the explosion with none of the crater. All the random change and none of the hope. All the postscript with no introduction. You always were good at that deconstruction business. It was building things that fucked your legacy up. You never built a tower, just told everyone to burn them, and we listened without realizing chaos can increase to infinity, and we can't. So if you were right, I know we're ruined. If people are bottle rockets, I've seen more than my share of explosions against nighttime cafe skies. If our love is only sex, I've never seen your warped pre-Brando side of our sexuality. I don't know if they ever asked you, but I read your later words in fear that you already knew Hank had you beat. Not by talent, not by consideration, not by the problems you weakly drew into your frame of paranoid feeble foil. You were the roadside bomb that killed a movement, just as the beat became the street. You brought that passion, that pen-to-paper purpose, back from paper to the chance at Candlestick, and you told Alan you didn't need no stinking agent. You never wanted anyone to love you. You just wanted anyone to appreciate you, to forgive you, to tell you that the way you saw it wasn't the world's way, but no one fixes us. Even those who tried never affected us. The red pens we've seen come in hair gel and hipster button-downs, and they only tell us they would have done it differently. But those who weren't afraid to say how only say when, and even then it's only to say, that's not the way you'd say it, so we tell them that's the way we wrote it. I didn't down a bottle of cough medicine to do it, just drank too much. And thought about the time I was as pathetic as you were in your prime, Jackie boy. And I wrote without giving a fuck just like you did, Jackie boy. I wrote like a sprinkler just like you did, because you knew bottle rockets never quite got there, did you, Jackie? But you only made it to flickering light and slight satisfaction, then dropped off into hatred before you became the beacon you could have been. I want to cry some nights because I fear I'm the only one reading this in your lines. It's the way I imagine you crying the first time you saw On the Waterfront. The way I imagine your face twisting in empathy because you were a contender, but you never got to the prize fight. You misled so many poets into loving the loser, but now too many of us have forgotten how to win. So I hope you roll in your grave tonight while Billy and Alan rest peacefully with their contributions. Too many aspire to be like you, never realizing the cutest revolutions always come up way too short. And you overthrew the norm without any ideas to put in its place, then you left it that way. Beethoven never heard his masterpiece, but he was deaf, Jackie. What's your excuse? This has a really bad title, so I'm not even going to tell you what the title is. There's a reason why the universe expands. We've got too many gaps to deal with now. The widening gap between the rich and the poor, the thought gaps lengthening conflicts to occupations, the volatile gap between those who believe in reason and those who are a little more reliant on faith. They're not mutually exclusive. We're not mutually exclusive. We just make it feel that way. See, Christians demean God by making him a bullet point, and atheists demean humanity by actually arguing basic philosophical reasoning that is almost unequivocally unchangeable. So, if there is a God, he's probably watching The Office on TiVo, because anybody in their right mind has got to be goddamn tired of watching us bitch and fight. We're beyond ourselves spinning, ripping pages from our books and lighting ourselves ablaze in demonstration of enlightenment. Some spark scripture, some are singed by the secular, but we all burn up faster trying to shine brighter. We don't have to implode twice a day over bumper stickers and Fox News. Most Christians understand the golden rule, but zealots just don't know how to let go. Some things don't affect you. You're really not that important. But reason relies on faith to imply causality, just like faith relies on reason to remind it that rules like no eating meat on Tuesdays and thou shalt not kill are outdated in most cases. Now dark matter fills the ever-increasing void from an ever-decreasing number of gods and dreams significant or worthy or welcome or satisfying, and our inability to stop killing our ideals is ripping the universe apart literally. We gotta slow down to slow this down, and we've got to slow this down to slow that rip down, and you're gonna die, damn it, but breathe while you're still here, because forever is a long time, but for God's sake, mind the gap. Stop chasing your tail. It probably tastes like ass anyway. Mine did when I caught it. Then I got dizzy, I hit my head, and I woke up in a bathtub and I wrote this poem. But I swear to drunk, I'm not as God as I must have sounded writing this. Buy Seth and Chris's stuff. They've got it for sale. It really is negotiable. They need money so they can stop bumming stuff off me.